Okay, so I'm hearing a lot about this Black Myth Wukong game or whatever. Yeah, I have it. I bought it. Not when it first came out. I got it like a couple of weeks ago. Got it downloaded, but I still haven't played it yet. But I've been hearing a lot of things about that game or whatever. I'm going to play it probably in a couple of weeks because I still got other games that I'm working on right now. But from what I heard, I looked on the internet and they said that, first of all, the game is like almost kind of like a boss rush type of game where basically you fight a whole bunch of bosses or whatever. So it's not like, they said it's not a Souls game, right? But this is the part I'm kind of concerned about. They said it's not a Souls game, but a lot of the bosses, one dude, I watched his live stream, but not a Black Myth. He had did a live stream of, I think it was Sekiro. It was either Sekiro or Dark Souls, something like that. No. Matter of fact, I think it was Liza P. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I was watching his live stream because it was his first time playing Liza P. And I guess people in the comments was telling him how hard it was. So he was basically saying, man, yeah, this game is not really that hard like y'all saying. He said, shit, I beat Black Myth Wukong or whatever. So if I could beat Black Myth Wukong, I could beat this. And that kind of got me a little concerned a little bit because Liza P was hard. And mainly because that was that was my introduction, basically. Not that game itself, though. But it was my introduction to, like, the Souls-like genre. And basically, bro, my introduction, actually, well, my first Souls-like game that I ever played was Neo. I told you that. Even though, technically, I only played, like, maybe... I beat it, of course. But when it first came out, past the first stage, soon I had got to Derek the Executioner, I said, man, the hell with this game, bro. It's too hard. Because I wasn't used to games like that. But basically, the dude was saying, with the Black Myth Wukong situation, he was like, yeah, man, there was this one particular boss. I think he said it's called something White Noble or something like that. He said it took him 17 fucking hours to beat just that one boss. That's not the only guy that was saying stuff like that. They said that boss, and there's another boss, they call that nigga Tony the Tiger. But is that Tiger Vanguard boss or whatever? They said, that's people that said some of the bosses took them literally 2 weeks. That's worse than 17 hours. 2 weeks on one dude? Now, a lot of things that I heard about Black Myth, we ain't gonna just keep talking about Black Myth Wukong, we're gonna be talking about Souls-like games in general. But when it comes to like Black Myth Wukong, I feel like from what I'm hearing, that it's gonna be a lot harder than Souls games. Like it's a brand new type of, I don't know how to say it, like genre or something, man. Like, it might give Souls-like games a run for its money. And I've beaten a few Souls-like games. Like, okay, I played Sekiro. I didn't beat Sekiro, but I made it to the final boss. And I said, hell no, man. Because after going through all of that, in that game, getting my ass kicked and drilled by all these bosses and stuff, by the time I started playing, by the time I got to the final boss, I was already mentally drained, man. I was like, okay, I'm pretty much done with this right now. So eventually I go back and try to defeat Sword Saint Ishin. But I can't make no promises of that. But I'm going to try. But yeah, I done played Sekiro, didn't beat that, but made it to the final boss. I done beat Neo. Reason why I stopped playing Neo Part 2, I'm almost at the end. But the reason why I stopped playing Neo Part 2 is simply because it kept making my PS4 fan real loud. That's the only game that does that. I got like a whole bunch of them for the PS4. But out of all my games, that's the only damn game that made my PlayStation make a lot of noise like that. And I was like, you know, it was just getting too stressful. You know what I mean? Because you don't know, it's scary almost. That motherfucker sound like an airplane for real, like a jet plane, whatever they call that. But yeah, man, that's why I stopped. Because I'm almost at the end of Neo 2. But I had to stop playing for that very reason. So I said, just forget it. One day I'm gonna clean out my PS4 and stuff and see what happens and try it again. If it makes that noise again, I never pick up Neo 2 again, ever. I won't even worry about beating it. But anyway, I beat the first Neo. I made it close to the end of Neo Part 2, and it wasn't because of the difficulty either. It was because of that loud noise. Because yeah, Neo 2 is hard, and some parts is harder than Part 1. But they give you tools and stuff if you know what you're doing and know how to use them. It gives you tools and stuff to, you know, to conquer that shit. To get through it, to fight through it. It's not really that bad, trust me. Another soulslike games I done played and beat was Blasphemous 1 and Blasphemous 2. Blasphemous 2, in my opinion, is way, way, way harder than Blasphemous Part 1. Way harder. Because when I first played Blasphemous 1, this is what happened. I was like, I got like to the first part, because like I said, I wasn't used to. So it's like the only Souls-like game I played was Neo, and at that time, I didn't even finish that. So I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm not even gonna go through that again. So I gave up on that. And when Blasphemous 2 came out, I damn near gave up on that too. I was like, fuck, man, these games are too damn hard. So I went on to say, you know what? I'm just going to push through it. So I went on and played Blasphemous 2 and ended up beating it. So what happened when I beat that, I said, well, if I could beat Blasphemous Part 2, as hard as it was, I could beat Blasphemous 1. I could go back and play Blasphemous 1 and beat it. And you know what was crazy? Because I think Blasphemous 2, in my honest opinion, was way harder than Part 1. So in my honest opinion, I think that Blasphemous 1, because when I played, I didn't even have that much of a hard time. There was, you know, Blasphemous 1 had a lot of bosses as well. But I ain't lying, the majority of the bosses I beat on my first try, literally, without even really trying too hard. I was shocked. I said, dog, because compared to Blasphemous, I'm glad I played Blasphemous 2 first, because compared to Blasphemous Part 1, I mean, yeah, Part 2 was like, seemed like it was almost unbeatable, because see, the thing about those type of games, even though it's a Souls-like, it's also a Metroidvania style type of game. Usually games like that, you get confused, and they be having a bunch of hidden areas and hidden things or whatever, and then you can get lost because it's like a big old, sometimes it can be like a big old maze. I ain't gonna lie, I did have to look up a few videos, just a few on Blasphemous 2, just to know how I could proceed to the next area. So that's why I was like, man, bro. So once I got done beating Blasphemous 2, I went to Blasphemous 1 and just ran straight through it. Almost like damn near speed running. It didn't even take me long at all to beat it. Not long at all. And I wasn't gonna say it was easy though, but it was easier compared to Blasphemous 2, of course. So I'm not gonna just sit there and say, oh yeah, you know, it was easy to me. Nah, it was still hard, but. And another Souls-like game I'm working on right now is Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is not for everybody. I can tell you that right now. But I done caught on quick to Hollow Knight. I ain't gonna need no guide for it. I'm just gonna try to even the other Souls-like games, I'm just gonna try to figure this shit out on my own. And I still got ways to go on Hollow Knight, of course. But I've been playing other games, so I just put that to the side for right now, though. The other Souls-like game I'm gonna go ahead and play that I'm gonna unbox, and it just came out, the physical release. The digital release came out, I think, last year, but the physical came out this year, and that game is no other than The Last Faith. They said The Last Faith is a Souls-like game and it's hard, but I guarantee you it's not going to be as hard as Blasphemous. I could just tell because I looked it up. I saw the reviews of it. I saw what people were saying about it. And from what they were saying is that The Last Faith, yeah, it's hard, don't get me wrong. And it has that, it's a Metroidvania style, but it's not going to be, like I said, as difficult as the games of yours. So, but now, let me talk about this. When it comes to like Souls-like game in general, when I look, I don't go by the time it takes you to beat. You know, on the internet you go on and it's howlongtobeat.com or whatever. That's where I get my source for how long it's going to take me to beat a specific game. But when it comes to Souls-like games, most Souls-like games take about, it's going to take you about at least about 30 hours, a little bit over that. I don't go by that no more. And the reason why, because that's if you, they go on by the time, like, you know, basically by the story. How long is the story? And if you don't die too many times, you're just going straight through it, but not speed runner type style. Of course not. But in the Souls-like games, you're going to die a lot. They may have like, the whole game may have like 5 or 6, like Black Myth Wukong, they say got 6 chapters. But it's taking people damn near 100 hours to beat that shit. And they said Black Myth Wukong is only like a 30-hour game. And it only has 6 chapters. So you don't really go by that because with me, if a Souls-like game say 30 hours, I always triple that. Liza P took me 103 hours to be exact to beat. And I'm going to tell you why it takes us, me, and other people so long to beat a Souls-like game. Because first of all, you're going to die a lot. Hell, it may take you, like that dude said, 17 hours off of one boss from Black Myth Wukong, bro. Come on, that's not even a Souls-like game, they said. But certain bosses, you may be on, I heard people been on one boss for weeks. And if you playing it straight, non-stop, certain bosses may take you about 4 to 8 hours. That's just one boss. That ain't, and sometimes that be the beginning boss. You know them Souls-like games, a lot of them seem like boss rushes because they be having so many bosses in their game that they throw in your face. They may have over 20, 30 bosses in one Souls-like game, right? I mean, one Souls game. Also, you got to take into consideration what takes so long is the farming. You can't just go play that game like and just play it regularly. No, you got to farm, bro. You got to farm to build up your stats. You got to farm to level up because if you don't, you're going to be stuck at a boss. And what I like to do with Souls-like game, I like to take my time because I'm a little bit of a completionist, so I like to try to get everything, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I take my time. I don't rush it. Because when you rush it, that's another reason why people keep losing a lot on Souls games. You're rushing the shit. You try to attack you try to go so fast, try to end the fight early, end up getting your ass kicked. You're not supposed to do that. I don't give a fuck if that fight is going to take me 30 minutes or an hour. If I know that I'm going to come out successful and come out victorious, I'm going to take my time with it. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to attack. I be watching their videos and stuff like, man, what are you doing? And then you get nervous and you be on edge and you end up pressing the wrong button. Like I said in my other video about the Sekiro, you press the wrong button, end up getting floored. Nah, like I said, take your time with it. Game ain't going nowhere, man. You know? So if that boss you fighting, sometimes you got to play around with the boss. When you first fight the boss, you already gonna, you should already expect that you're gonna lose. So you just got you want to just play around with it a little bit. Look at his attack pattern. Sometimes you just let him whoop your ass, but don't let him whoop your ass so soon where you're unable to figure out his moves and stuff. But just what you do is you be like, okay, so I know he's want to do this type of attack. Okay, all right. And some Souls-like games, they throw in curveballs. Sometimes they mix them up. They mix their attacks up. They don't always go by the same pattern. It'd be tricky. And that's what I heard about a lot of the bosses of Black Myth Wukong. They do that stuff. They said they'll mix those attacks up on you. Like, they'll have a same pattern that they usually would do sometimes. And then if you keep losing, like, you go back into the fight and they'll throw in a curveball at you. I'm ready, man. Well, wait till I get my hands on that. Till I start playing it. I might live stream a little bit of it. But if I'm getting my butt kicked too much, I don't like live streaming when I'm getting my butt kicked a lot. You know. But I haven't even started Demon Souls. I'm going to start that real soon as well. Demon Souls ain't going to be too much of a problem to me because so far I don't play games harder than that, man. Neo and Neo 2, a lot of people say, even Sekiro, they said that's way down. Demon Souls, when it first came out, a lot of people couldn't even finish it or beat it because it was a new introduction to the Souls-like series. People was new to it, so they didn't know what to do. But if you played other Souls-like games or whatever, it shouldn't be a problem. So Demon Souls, and then Lies of P, I know Lies of P is harder than Demon Souls. I already know. I haven't even played Bloodborne, so one day I'm gonna play Bloodborne. If they ever remaster it, if they don't remaster it, probably not. I just keep watching videos of it. But yeah, that was just my take about the Souls-like games and stuff. You know, the thing about it, people always throw in that get good and all that stuff around. It ain't always about that. I mean, yeah, you do got to get good, but with Souls-like games, bro, people pay Souls-like games differently. And then some people say, oh yeah, it only took me 3 tries to beat the boss. Some people say, how did it take you 3 tries? And it took me like 50 tries to beat him. That's just the thing it is. Sometimes it's based on luck as well. I'll make another part to this video. But for right now, I'm going to sign out, finish out my workout. Peace out, guys. It's your boy, Mr. Joystick85. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, share this video, and comment on it. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.